You're blinking. You're good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that guy. First things first, that has got a problem. Let's see. I've got a marker somewhere so that I can mark these problems and make them visible to you, I guess, is a part of the equation. This red lead might do just as well. Maybe you can see a little better down there. But those disruptions in the blade are bad. And that's when we try to cut the paper, snags at some point. Or if we're trying to cut something smooth and through, it snags at some point. So we're going to have to fix it. Otherwise, what's a good use of this thing, huh? I am also going to fix this blade that also, I think this happened during the heat treat process. But it is same thing as I'm slicing paper because I was going to send this out. A couple little places along here where it'll catch. Just a little bit. One of them is right there. Pull that away and you might be able to see. And then there's another right back here. And I can feel them better than I can see them. But kind of show you what I mean. Slice a little piece of paper. You try to slice that. This knife is sharp. The point. Like you should be able to do that slow. And where it starts to tear is where it grabbed somewhere in there. Now if I go fast, you don't know where it happened. You know what I mean? But if you go slow, find the spots where it will and where it won't. And those are the spots. And I think that happened in the tempering maybe. But needless to say, we gotta fix it. And we're gonna start with needle files. Because this is a very, very edge, and that's going to be probably the most fragile part of this blade, obviously. But I got to get that blade smooth and clean and consistent. So I got to pull off that edge right there. I know that looks crazy to do over a shiny blade, but you just got to get it down. And of course, we're going to have to come back and rerun that entire edge. But that's what we got to do, Mr. Magoo. Hey, what's going on, Marion? How you doing? Silas Montgomery? My guy, Rob. Siege Crafts. That's probably the first time I've said that properly. Awesome members in the channel. John Parham. Awesome member of the channel. I love all these active people. Here's what also, when this is running across, it'll also tell too. Right here, I got a little spot. I'll make a little extra mark at it so I don't miss it. Right here. Little spot. Right here. All of that's got to get worked out. And this is how I'm going to do it. Let's see if I missed somebody in here. I didn't mean to if I did. Okay, I think I'm good. So I'm going to just old school it. I'm going to hold it nice and tight. Drag over that blade. You can feel it hit the spot. I apologize to anyone with noise sensitivities to this sound. Doesn't bother me at all. Get this up here. And not that I'm trying to take off a whole bunch of metal here. Like, you can look for, like sometimes in these situations, particularly with a brand new blade or a freshly worked on blade, it's a burr. But we looked at this really close and tight, and it's just little tiny chips. And we want our blade edge consistent. So what I'm doing now is intentionally dulling that blade so that I can look straight down on it. And as that surface sort of flattens, you can see the little spots that aren't shiny, like right here. That means it's not getting hit with this file. That also means it's below the surface of the rest of it. This file right now, I'm even going the wrong way and being so delicate. But take off more material if I were going this way. But I'm really being a little bashful about it because I'm a wuss. You see it snagging, and we just do it till it don't. I'm not putting any pressure on. I'm just dragging this across. And understanding that you're going to have to resharpen the whole blade if you do this. But understand you're going to have a crap blade if you don't. Hear that? No interruptions. No snags. No interruptions. So now, straight or smooth, we're not sharp anymore. So, let's do that. Hey, Miss Leanne, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat with the old Robster. The old Robster. So we're going to go all the way back to the 14 with this one. We're going to go all the way back to the 14. But first, jumping ahead of myself. I got to get this one too. All right, I'll do one at a time. I'll come back and do this one. That way somebody comes in later, they can see the whole process again. All right, so here we go. 400. Get my knife in a position. Make sure I've cleared the space necessary for a full stroke, uninterrupted. Somebody cue the drumsticks. Somebody cue the drumsticks. He's telling dad jokes again. All right, here we go. Pause. My bad. 1 second. That's on me. Pause, fam. Pause. That turned out to be a great place to keep those gloves. I forget every time that I'm so brilliant. Wood glue failed, by the way. On what? On what? Epoxy worked. On what? On what? On what? On what? On the cross? On the mallet? On what? On what? By the way, I saw the cross finished on your short. Dope. Dope. That came out good. Copper and wood? Yeah. Yeah. Do not want wood glue. Wood glue is great. It's best for wood and wood, but anything else in wood, epoxy has been my go-to. That's what's in here. That's going to be incredible because it already looks good. I thought it looked kind of old school. Now, the most effective way to sharpen this side. Oh, sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Gothic, exactly. Oh, okay. I feel that. Scoob-Doo! How you doing, friend? Let me get some more. I got on my stones. I can't remember. I don't have a good enough memory to learn foreign languages, but I can do the accents magnificently. Which comes off more like mockery, I guess. But hey, what's a rubbish accent between friends? In it. I swear I wish I could figure out how to work in it into a real conversation. Oh, and not sound like a pompous jack. Why? You're a dumb American accent. That's the thing about it. Like with a UK accent, you can be pompous. It wouldn't even matter what kind of money you had in your pocket. If you're talking to somebody from Tennessee and you say, "Pardon me, ma'am," they'll be like, "I better get out of this guy's way. This feller's important." 400 grit Amazon stone. Trying to make sure that I'm getting the full length of that blade edge on that pull. Now I don't mind the whetstones. They are a lot more. They require more space, more prep, a little more storage than you use an oil and a diamond stone. But they are, at the time that I bought these, significantly cheaper. And these have been so good for me because I don't mind the space, and I do have room for them. But what I learned is diamond stones and that oil was out of my budget at the time for a good set. And this turns out to be a good set, and I've not needed anything else. I just haven't. Sometimes I'll switch it up to get that burr. We would say, "Excuse me, madam," rather than "Pardon me, ma'am." Oh, see, already outclassed just in typography. You've bested me. Damn it! Every time my wife corrects my grammar, I don't know if you guys have seen this show, but we loved watching that show Lucifer on, I think it was Netflix. And the way he always refers to the lady he's courting, who is a detective, as detective. So every time she corrects my grammar or on a document, I always have her proofread my stuff because my wife is a copywriter. I always say, "Well played, copywriter." And she giggles. So Rob will never ever get on the phone with my wife because my rubbish accent makes her giggle. People who like palindromes would say, "Madam, my madam." Ooh. Yeah, Rob, that accent wasn't bad because it's not mine. It's me imitating somebody else's. My voice, my brain will do that. If I've heard someone speak enough, if I quote them, my brain tries to imitate it. I don't even know that I'm doing it until I look up and see the shock in someone's face that I've accidentally mimicked their mother in a bad, bad accent, aka my wife. Oh, I try really hard not to. I don't do it on purpose. But it comes off real 2 Live Crewish. It really does. And I feel embarrassed. I've never done it in front of her. So, with that, thank God. I can't do your voice, Rob. Rob, you've got, maybe it's the octave. See, I start doing Rob's voice and it starts going into some pre-established James Bond mashup. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have like weird characteristics to your voice, I guess. See, I could be Sean Connery all day. Doesn't matter. It's got a lot of things going on in his voice. There's layers to it. And then when I said layers just then, I accidentally went into old buddy from the action films, John Statham. You might say it like that. Come on, sharpen your knife. I dare you. I dare you to sharpen that knife in front of me. I'll take that knife and put it right across your whetstone. Hmm? He says, I suck. Cockney. Oh, hey, I don't mind criticism from people who do stuff better than me. Certainly. Certainly your accent's better than mine. I'm gonna put a little focus on the bottom of that blade right now. Remember, that was part of the problem too. I don't want to neglect it. This is a perfectly okay practice, y'all, just to let you know. Sometimes the blade is awkward and you have to focus on different parts of it. It's always best to get one smooth run if you can, but if you can't, 2 will do. But you don't want to be rolling the knife around on during the stroke. You know what I mean? So I bet you can do Kermit the Frog. I do an excellent Kermit the Frog. Oh my God. Kermit the Frog was my favorite when I was a little kid. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Rainbows, provisions, only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. Slid into a little Ernie there. Hey, Bert, are those whetstones, Bert? Of course they're whetstones, Ernie. What do they call them whetstones, Bert? How do you think they call them whetstones, Ernie? They're wet. Yeah, but they're composites, not stones, Bert. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be here all night. Guest host William Shatner. Oh, I need to go this way with that one. Again, I never know what I'm going to see you doing. Scoop Doobie. Yeah. Guess it depends on the strand, huh? Look at that. Look at that. We have worked up to our 3,000 grit despite our Muppet adventures. And, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Feeling nice and smooth. There we go. I think it is time to move to the 8,000 grit. Sharpen that knife. Move your knife across that stone. Do it. Why do I want to be a bossy Jason Statham though? I'll ask my wife later. Ooh, how y'all doing in the weather right now? Any better, any worse? I appreciate y'all for those likes in the corners. I appreciate your attendance as well. Let me grab a shop towel, wipe up some of my moisture. Also get a little bit off of that handle because we are going to clean this thing again. We are going to work it back down. But first, I'm going to check that boy for strop. We're going to strop it just to get the burr off. And then we're going to check for sharp. We'll check for sharp. Oh, you'd like that. You'd like for me to check for sharp, wouldn't you? Nothing wrong with a little wrap across the mandible. They're gentle creatures. They deserve it. Better, warmer, the snow is melting. That's great. Getting better, mate. How about there? Definitely getting better here. Tomorrow it's supposed to be warm enough for me to go pour concrete and not worry about it for a couple of days. That'll be fantastic. So I maybe should have used a big strop for this one. Matthew said, I'm totally down for that. Down for what, Matthew? This snow melting? My chat probably behind. Segundo, how you doing? Look how shiny that got. Shiny it got, baby. This one's awkward to drop. Or is it? Or is it? No, I should have scouted for papers. Papers worthy of slicing. Papers worthy of a slicing like no one's ever seen. I just be wasting paper, man. Let's see though. Let's see. We ain't even getting into the paper. That's rough. That is rough. That's rough. That's rough. All we did was rub that edge down, but we didn't get to that edge. Guess we're going to be a little more harsh on this one. This go around, since she's decided to be difficult. There you are. How do you like that? How do you like that? Oh. All right. Talk to you later, Rob. Have a good night. Thanks for staying up with me so late. I know it's much later over there in the UK. See you in the morning. I like to get up and have coffee with Rob's chat in the morning. Bright and early. I'm sorry, Matthew. I didn't mean to ignore you. Yeah, do most anything that's, that I can do in this shop that's interesting. I am a contractor by trade. I remodel homes, investment properties and such. And recently started making knives. Made a bunch of mallets. I've built all the most of the equipment in my shop. Miter station tables, table saw stations, router stations, router table, stuff like that. I do mostly shorts and lives. I'm going to get into some long form, but right now it's mostly shorts and lives. So feel free to sub. I give away a lot of stuff too. This is actually going to a subscriber. All right. See if I hit this edge yet. Decent, better, but not it. So we're going to do that 400. Now that we've down to the edge, I'm going to spend some real intentional time on it. Some people lead with the blade edge. Some drag the blade behind. I've done both. I don't hate either. I think I'm a little more consistent this way. For the setup that I've got. So, no gospel here. But there is method. I don't want to do that. Let me go ahead and clean that block again. Clean that block again. Clean that block again. I gotta clean that block again. Hey, Mr. Tim Reed, how you doing? Good to see you. Tim Reed's also got a channel. He's been turning pins lately. Turning pin blanks. It was a huge leap from that first one to your second one, Tim, in terms of looks like detail and style on it. You got a lot cleaner look out of the second. So, man, it's going to keep getting better. And the first one was pretty good to start with. This big old burr on the back of that thing. I'm going to go. See y'all next time. Okay, Scoob Dude. See you later. Thanks a lot for coming through. We always appreciate you. Not too shabby. Wrong Tim, Mr. West. Oh, my fault, Tim Reed. My bad. Thinking about Tim List. Oh, the disrespect. Disrespect. Sorry, good brother. I'm sorry. Old man with an old brain. Please forgive me. You say you and Grumpy get confused a lot? Fair. Well, I'm glad you're gracious about it. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and work. work our way up. Now that we believe in ourselves. I assume the other Tim is a charming, handsome fellow with okay manners. Well, all both of you. Tim is recently retired. Love that for him. So that's like his YouTube push. Good for him. This Tim is waiting on new water tanks to show up so he can install them. Oh, yeah? At your place or elsewhere? I love hearing about people's shop builds, man. Oh, you on the job now? Dope. Well, thanks for killing some time with me, man. That's you just mean in general. Like how I've been waiting on this wicked weather to give me freedom. Tim was like, this dude don't remember Jack. My fault, Tim. Back on to the 3,000 yet again. Hey, Pat, how's it going? The seam gave on one of the tanks and they want the other one done at the same time. Ooh. Do you have to weld them? Or you just, well, not just install them, but geez. Sounds like a heavy equipment thing. Hey, Pat. Smallwood Lot, it's his birthday today, y'all. Show Pat some love. Show Pat some love. Thanks for pulling up, Pat. See you twice on your birthday, bro. I feel blessed. Must be having a pretty laid-back birthday. I am the heavy equipment. I know that's right. Judge Dredd on him. Put one tank on my left shoulder, the other one on my right. Hook that truck up to my belt. We'll get it out of here while I'm walking. Gangster. That was tough business right there. That was thug life right there. Just back from a chiropractor, second adjustment, 2 days, and need to go back tomorrow night. Oof, oof. Sounds like you got some reoccurring happening in this moment. I'm not surprised with this cold, man. Makes everybody's bodies tense up. My wife has some chiropractic issues, so she goes to uh, chiropractor once or twice a week. She goes to the orthopedic um, once a week. But she was in a car accident, so I was never one to let vanity get in the way of comfort. I know that's right. Keep it comfortable. What's an outside smile with an inside frown look like anyway? You know what I mean? Have all the cold weather clothes. I bet you do. I do not. I got some of them. Not enough for what we've been having lately. If an old truck don't do nothing else, it'll heat the cab up. Tell you that. It'll heat the cab up. We might go ahead and take it up to the we might put the emulsion on it, the diamond emulsion. Just to be absolutely smurfly sure. I don't like that. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That'll have to be it. With all the injuries in my back and neck, I've developed muscular muscles in my back and neck, and the slightest little thing, a cold temperature, can throw my back out with muscle spasms alone. I would imagine. I would imagine. I have that Ryobi heat gun, and I let a jump start on the heating the Mazda with. Hey, do what you gotta. Right on for that. My daughter's got remote start on her car, and I'm lightweight jealous of it. Let's see. Vad vi kan do is det om show. Oh, that was an awful French accent. Hope we can forgive it. Don't get too far away, buddy. My new truck has a remote start. Also, I have a program to turn the bun warmers in the heater. Oh, ooh. The seat warmers on the Audi, fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, I miss driving that car. I'm getting a transmission quoted for it right now because I miss that car so much. So fun to drive. I'm gonna have to scoot you out of my way, please. My water heaters are here too, guys. All right, Tim. Knock them out, bro. Have a good one. That sounds nice in the truck, Tim. I'm like, you got you something you deserve, bro. Sounds like you have worked plenty hard enough to get you something with a little bit of comfort in it. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at that. This is the .05 micron diamond emulsion by EDC by Lace. Scooch those out of the way. See if they out of the way. Hey. Go grab me a shop rack. Grab me a shopper. Grab me a shopper. It's everything I hate, and I love the truck. Hey, I can't hate comfort, man. Not at my age. I can't hate no comfort. I'm aiming towards comfort right now. You know what I mean? Let's try this. If it hadn't got too soaked on the floor. That's the cut we want. A little wet spot on the paper, but that's okay. All right, that's enough of that. No, it's not. Do just one more. Gotta know I can get through it. That bottom isn't as sharp as the top. On this, try it with the wood. And what I'm doing is just cutting with different parts of the blade, just to check for consistency. And now I think I'm going to come back and polish this one so I can get me, like my buddy Lyons was telling me about the other day, a consistent scratch pattern, work my way down. And I think I'm going to do that, maybe off camera. I do want to get this other knife paired while I'm doing this, though, wherever the frick it is. Where'd it go? Another one of these. Maybe I set it down. So enjoy that knife. While I got it out, and while I'm next to this boiled linseed oil, I might as well hit it again. Put another coat on. You got to put multiple coats of this stuff on till it all saturates in there real good, and then you can put the finish on after that. I think I want a gloss finish. Well, I do hear you on that, Pat, but you just can't deny that a comfortable ride is a comfortable ride. You know what I mean? I was riding the other day, looking at my GPS, and realized that I was going 91 miles an hour. At the same time, when I looked at my gauge on my dashboard, realizing that my truck only went to 85 on the dash. And it was weird when in 1991 that was considered fast, particularly for a truck. I don't think that truck has the original engine. And if it has, it's been beefed up because that thing runs. But every time I'm building a truck, I'm trying to make it comfortable too. I build my trucks mostly for strength, not necessarily for speed. Just power for pulling. That white truck, Dorothy, she just is what she is. They had already got her going before I got there. Truck might even have a little cam in it, but I don't know. Now, I'm not putting additional coats on this as I'm doing this. I'm just rubbing in what I have put on this as I go. So that's just what you do. It's going to soak into the wood. And so you got to let it, but you also have to keep applying it, pushing it into the wood, so to speak. This ain't a truck, it's a rebatched Lincoln Continental on a pickup bed truck. I had a Lincoln Navigator for 5 or 6 years, and it was a truck for about 3 of them for me. Well, about 2 of them. And that thing was amazing. Couldn't kill it though. I lost the cylinder and just kept going. Drove it on 7. We're just massaging this oil in, letting it get all in everywhere. That's good stuff. Close that up. So I think I may install some sort of fabric inside of there. I don't necessarily like the sound of that clankety clack. I like for a tighter fit than that. It's loosened up since it's been cooling off down here. But I think I want to put some fabric in there just to give it a little cushion as it goes in. I don't like that. I like the fit. Locks in pretty nicely, but something like that. Now, I avoided that problem with this one with the use of the magnets inside of the sheath. So that helps. But this one is also carved out really tightly. Stabilized wood sheath. Yup. That is it. Now this one, these two actually technically are more like blocks. They're there to hold the knife per se. And they stand on their own on an untilted surface. This is my everyday. And that's got a sheath that fits inside of a pocket watch pocket. Say that 5 times fast. And this is probably the 3rd or 4th knife I made. But it's proven to be a really good everyday useful knife. I've barely sharpened it since I made it. I've been really happy with it. So I'm hoping the people who got the other knives that I've made are happy with them. And then I got to plan some sort of giveaway for my birthday coming up. Pat says, I have a 1985 Ford Ranger, love a Ford Ranger. 2.3 fuel injection, speedometer stopped at 80. Cop pulled me over and refused to write the ticket for 154, all stock. I started paying attention to the dash for a while. I would imagine so. Yeah, a little Ranger will book. Lightweight, man. I'm surprised more people don't race them. They race them S10s like crazy. But then again, those are probably cool guys, you know. So the knife that I intended to sharpen, I don't even know what the frick I did with it. I'm saying frick, I'm not saying the other F word. Here it is. Over here. Now we can set these things to the side and get down to business. Again, we got some nicks in it, and got to get those off. We're going to do the same exact method. We've already hit it with the crayon. We're going to hit it with the Sharpie. It's going to give us a little bit better visual. A little bit visible. A little bit better visual of what we got going. Which is, we got chips all in there. We got a few up here too. So now the goal, get them out. I'm going to use the needle file, and I'm going to just almost at a slight angle. I'm going to hit it that way, and I'm going to come this way, and I'm going to hit it that way. Because basically what I'm going to do is flatten out that edge. Technically what I'm doing is creating a burr and then knocking it off, thus dulling the edge. And then, after I've done that, I'll sharpen the edge. I'm applying a slight micro bevel on this edge. You still see a little something. So now I'm just going flat across. Now what we're doing is just trading off sharpness, sacrificing sharpness for the consistency of the edge. And then we'll go back and reclaim our sharpness. At first, gotta straighten out this chip, because it's a divot, and I gotta get all the way down to the bottom of it. I apologize to those of you who have sensitivities to my sharpen abilities and my sharpification technique. Gonna ride the edge until that hump is gone. What we gotta do. Gotta go until we get to the bottom of it. I hate to go this big. What we gotta do, right, Tommy? All right. I think we're good. Now we're gonna get to the stones. Start again with the 400 grit. And we gotta establish this edge again, so we're gonna be here with a little bit more pressure than we are when we're typically sharpening. Paula, how you doing? Back, what's going on? Oh, 300 elementary school kids singing happy birthday. That's dope. The machine is died that way you'll see everything versus a marker that shows 85. Yeah, I should. I should. That's dope, man. But the same knife, and I dropped it and it went through my left hand down to the bone was not a fun experience. Yeah, those things are sharp. No, this is not a Westmade knife. This is definitely, I bought this thing with this kit. But they are sharp, sharp. I was very impressed with them for such an inexpensive set. You just don't expect them to be like they came right out of the package like crazy sharp. Do I even know how to use a file? No, I don't. I don't. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do anything. So I rely on people like you to pull up and tell me. And it's better when they start by watching me use a file and then asking me if I even know how to use it. What do I use a knife for? Oh, this is a carving knife, Gustavo. How you doing? And thanks for stopping in, by the way. Oh my God! I even know how to use your file. Oh, man, do not come in here and get started. I will pull up and start the roast session. Take a lot for you to get to the block party over here, but the roast session, you can get to that fast. Who am I? But lately, I'm trying to be the shepherd, Ringo. And I'm trying to save your ass. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know if I got time to answer such a deeply philosophical question. To touch the finer points of exactly who I am. I could be the most beautiful girl in the world, maybe. That depends on what your definition of is. It's like using the side of the sharpening stone that has two grits to save time. Pulling that burr. Right in Spanish, where are you from? Oh, I am from the United States of America. I am currently near Atlanta, Georgia, which is in reasonable proximity to where I grew up, in High Point, North Carolina. Yeah. Let's see if we have gotten some consistency in this one. Consistency, yes. Sharp. Mm, mm. Sit it on a strop and see what that does. I don't know if I've if my standard has been raised or I'm getting worse at sharpening, but it's taken me a few tries the last couple times to get something that I'm satisfied with. But I guess that's the name of the game, ain't it? Where you from, Gustavo? I can say stuff like this with all intended humor because I have used teacups as sharpening stones, and yes, it works. Yeah. Well, it's all theory, though, isn't it? You understand what's happening from a mechanical vantage point. Should be able to come up with a thoughtful way to achieve it. Oh, that's wet, but I'm going to try to cut it anyway. It's wet. I got a bunch of little fingerprints of moisture all over it. So I'm going to assume it's sharp because it cut the wet stuff at least. And do a little bit of cleanup. I want to think about what I want to build next. I know the next thing I want to build is a knife, but what kind might be the question. Full tang, Wu-Tang. I call it good when I can shave the hair off the back of my hand. I've never been really down for the shaving the hair. I don't want to walk around with hair off of me like that. But yeah, and you're probably getting a much sharper thing than me. I'm a relative novice to sharpening, but I can get a good blade sharp. I take my time. But currently, I think I hear this woman upstairs shuffling about, and that may be for me. So I'm gonna go check her out, and then I'll come back. Maybe build a knife with this black walnut for a handle. Been itching to do that. Think about it. I'll be back. But for now, adios. Thank you for the 49 likes. 50 likes would be better if you were my real friends. I'm just kidding. Thank you for the 49 likes. I appreciate it. And the 33 of y'all that are in here currently, you're my best friends forever. Richardson, appreciate you showing up. My dearly, I appreciate that. Pat, thank you for showing up on your birthday. Once again, happy birthday, my friend. I appreciate you. And Plywood, what's going on? Appreciate you being in here, creeping in the background, but you're still hanging out. Thank you. Got me up to 51 likes because y'all are my buddies. Even on the exit, y'all are my good friends, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Wes does it. I'm out of here for now, but I will be back because, I'm compulsive. Peace.